Well, hello, I'm Pastor Kent Hackathorn, and I am the discipleship pastor here at Lenexa Baptist Church, and I'm going to share one of our 40-day devos with you today. The passage I have that we'll discuss just briefly this morning is Romans 10:14 and the first part of 15. So let me read that passage, and we'll just share a little bit out of God's Word this morning. In verse 14 it says, "But how can they call on him they have not believed in? And how can they believe without hearing about him? And how can they hear without a preacher? And how can they preach unless they are sent?" And verse 15 continues, "As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who announce the gospel of good things." I was reminded just recently as I'm coaching an Upward kindergarten basketball team, and it reminds me of this passage. We were having our first night of practice, and halfway through the practice after our devotion, we did a little scrimmage. So we begin the scrimmage, and my kindergartners are just dribbling out of bounds. They're dribbling everywhere as if no lines are even there. And it dawned on me, they just don't know. They know nothing about basketball. It's not a matter of me teaching them skills. They know no rules. They know nothing. And similarly in this passage today, the concern is without a preacher, how would they know? The lost do not know, and they need someone. In this case, it says a preacher, but really the term there means the believer, the sent out ones. As we give our life to Christ, we become the ones that are going to go take the gospel message out so that they will know. Not different than my basketball team. So the question is, are you one of the sent out ones that are truly going out into the world and sharing the gospel? This is a group of people, as it says in this passage. It says, but how can they, the they is the lost ones, the ones with no hope, are we going to go and give them hope by taking the gospel message out? So I hope you understand as you give your life to Christ that you are then a sent out one. And then those that you would go out, interact with, share the gospel with, and maybe have the privilege of leading to Christ, they then become the sent out ones immediately. They are now believers and they have the same responsibility. So in that sense, it's discipleship that we are expanding the kingdom, the believers that are out in the harvest, sharing the gospel. So I hope this week you will make it a priority to do a few things. One, you should evaluate yourself, as I should each and every week. Am I one of the ones that are going out and sharing the gospel? The end of this verse says, how beautiful are the feet of those who announce the gospel of good things. I hope that you're going out and you will evaluate, is that your life? Secondly, I hope you'll identify just even one person that you would share just your story with, how God has impacted your life. I hope that you can identify one person. And then thirdly is, it's not enough to know you need to do it. It's not enough to even identify somebody. Would you actually go and do that this week? So I challenge you, I'm going to challenge myself that I'm going to go, I'm going to share my life story with somebody, and that will allow me to share the gospel. We will expand the gospel message out to the world. We will be difference makers in the world. I hope that will be you today. Thank you.